Hi everyone, it's Kelly, and on this episode of the Summer Weekend Diaries, I will be taking you on another backpacking trip in Olympic National Park. So Olympic National Park is located on the Olympic Peninsula west of Seattle, and it contains a lot of the peninsula and parts of the coast. So last time we went to the Hoh Rainforest, but this time we went to Second Beach, which was along the coast. So the weekend we went was when it was really smoky and hot in Seattle. There were wildfires, I think, in Canada, and that smoke made its way down here. So that weekend it was about 90 degrees or so. It was really hazy outside and the air quality just wasn't very good. So we were able to escape that when we went to the coast. To get to Olympic National Park, we drove north to Edmonds and then took that ferry over to Kingston. Just got on the ferry. I think we missed 2 ferries. The wait was pretty long, but now we're here. And then we're gonna go to Kingston, probably stop by Port Angeles to get some food, and then on our way to Second Beach. And then we drove a couple more hours to Port Angeles, which is where we stopped by to grab some lunch. And then the plan was that we were gonna go to Lake Crescent, which is a lake that's on the way to Second Beach. But when we got there, it was just way too smoky. Normally the lake is super clear and blue, but you couldn't even see through the lake because the air quality was just so bad. Yeah, so I'm really thankful that we decided to skip fishing at Lake Crescent, because as soon as we started driving west towards the coast, the air cleared up. The air got a lot cooler, which was helpful because we don't have air conditioning in our car. So we had to drive with the windows down, so it helped as soon as it got a lot cooler. So much cooler here, and the air quality is a lot better too. And then we got to the parking lot, we got our stuff ready, and then we hiked to Second Beach. So this was the first time going to a beach here in Washington, and actually the first time that we even saw the Pacific Ocean up here was in Oregon when we went to Cannon Beach over there over Thanksgiving. Other than that, like, we're familiar with beaches down in Southern California and like LA, Orange County, San Diego, but yeah, this was the first time we went in Washington, and it was so pretty. So what I really liked about Second Beach was there were the sea stacks, so those like rock formations out in the distance. Something else that I didn't consider when beach camping was how high the tide would be, and knowing where high tide is, because you don't obviously want your campsite to be within that distance, so you want to be past high tide. So when we got there, it was already high tide, so we could kind of see how high the tide line would go. So we already knew that where we were gonna camp was gonna be fine. But yeah, it like totally makes sense, but it was just something that I never really had to think about, because whenever we were at the beach before, like in Southern California, you're just there for like a day trip. You don't have to consider being there for hours and the changing tides. And there was also a bunch of driftwood just like up on the shore, and we even saw like people with a few shelters that they made. They made like walls so that would like block the wind. So that inspired us to build a shelter of our own. We're making a table with some locally sourced driftwood. Oh, with the rocks about it. Bro, that's... Wow!
Look at this coffee table!
What did you collect today?
I got sticks.
And rope. Look at our structure so far. We did it. Okay, progress of our bushcraft patio bar. It's the outdoor area with the string lights, the covered patio, and our coffee table is still the same. Look at our dining room table right here. We didn't really have like that many activities with us. Like we brought a frisbee, we had like a couple games, but I think what I enjoyed doing the most was making that shelter. So once we were done building for the day, we threw the frisbee around, which was a lot of fun. Part of what I like about the beaches up here too is that there's just so much space, so much sand space. By the time we were done playing with that, it was already sunset. And that sunset was so beautiful. I had not seen a sunset like that before. This is so pretty. Can't tell. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is... What? Oh my gosh. Look at this. Let's see. Tents. People made like little shelters with the sticks. And there we are. Right there. Get enough of the reflection and then looking up at this pink sky. So as the sun was going down, we decided to cook dinner. This time I picked a beef stroganoff, which was okay. I don't know if I didn't like it because I actually prefer the beef chili mac or because we only had to hike 0.8 miles to get there. So I feel like I didn't really work for my food. So something that I learned with this beach camping trip was you should sleep with your rain fly on your tent. That was something that Anthony and I initially weren't going to do because on all our other camping trips, which are like in the mountains or just in like colder areas, we always sleep with the rain fly on because it could rain or because it's cold. But the weather for this trip was going to be like 50s, 60s. So we were like, that's not bad. That is totally doable. So we were going to do it and sleep without it on so that we could like see outside and see... I mean, you couldn't really see the stars because it was too cloudy. But before we went to sleep, we decided to put it on. And thankfully, we did. Because when we woke up in the morning, it was cloudy. There was a lot of fog. And then it was also wet on our rain fly, which makes sense because you're like right by the coast. It was a nice morning because Anthony and I were able to take a long walk by the beach. There are campsites all along here. Stumbled upon this piece of driftwood. Oh, look at these ones. They're all like long. We're at the end of the beach. Let's see these tide pools. There's some little crabs in here and stuff. There's a cave over there. And then by the time we got back to our campsite, everyone was there, we were all awake, and then low tide was at 11 a.m. So at 11 a.m., we walked back towards the sea stack, which is really cool. We did that in the middle of the night, which was kind of scary because it was just so dark. But it was cool seeing it in the daytime because you could see all the starfish, all the mussels, and like the anemones that were at the base of the sea stack. So that was a nice way to end the trip. We're back walking towards the sea stack. We did this in the middle of the night last night. Pitch black. But now the tide is low again, so we're walking back out there. Hello, crab.
Gross.
Thank you so much for watching this video and this episode of the Summer Weekend Diaries. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for sticking with me till the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to say, feel free to comment it down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.